Hey everyone, welcome to my new workshop. Now it is almost finished and I'm so excited, but I'm going to be using it for the first time today. I'm going to put my Ducati Desert X on here and we are going to fit some amazing lights from a company called Exposure. Now they're a British company that are just down the road. They design and manufacture and build as much of it of their lights as they can in this country. So let's go down to Exposure, see what they're all about. This fantastic British company that are making the most incredible lights for bicycles, motorcycles, especially now motorcycles. So let's check them out. Let's have a look.
Hi there, how you doing? Welcome to Exposure.
Yeah. You said that you do lights for
everything,
motorcycles.
pretty much. I think. We got the marine parts of the business. We mainly from bicycles, but the new motorcycle range is out.
Is that because you've seen that it's a big market in that area?
It's actually because we were rallying and we just realised that our lights on our bikes were brighter than the lights that we were additionally putting on the car. So we were getting people reach out to us being like, "Oh, I didn't realise you did these for automotive. Can we put them on our bikes?" Yeah, okay, so we started to work with a bike thing and worked out exactly what we needed to do. And then that's where we are today.
It looks like here you have a few different styles here. So is that for the motorcycle as well?
So this is the original rally prototype.
Right.
And that was about 9,000 lumens. It was by far, well, still is, the lightest and brightest that you can possibly buy.
So that was for when you were doing the rally?
Rallying, yeah. So we were running 4 of those on our car, which was, so that's 9,000. Your average headlight's about 2,000.
How are you involved in this whole system?
So, well, that's my dad up there in the meeting room. He started the business about 35 years ago. So he was a silversmith. Oh. And so he was making like jewelry for the royal family. And then he went for a bike ride when mountain bikes first sort of came in like the late 80s, hardtails. And then this is when he invented the suspension seat post.
Oh, that's a brilliant idea, isn't it? Yeah, people talk about that a lot, don't they?
And we do a suspension stem. So this is a separate part. Well, this is the original business, USE, which is basically components. Yeah. And yeah, so that's
wow. And then you went from that to this.
To that, to marine, to scuba. These bars won the Olympics with a woman called Christian Armstrong in Australia, so probably 2008. Always our lights were on the top winning vote of the Volvo Round the World race. Oh, yeah. And those sort of big expeditions. So
I gather that you guys do most of your developing and engineering and production.
Yeah,
everything goes on here. Am I able to get some lights to put them on my bike?
Absolutely. Let's see what they come out with. You can see how old the business is from this. Like that was one of our original t-shirt designs. It was all a bit wacky. I mean,
but that was very 80s colors there. My father turned up in this beautiful suit the other day. I said, "Dad, did you buy a suit?" And he goes, "No, Charlie, you keep it in the little closet long enough it comes back into fashion." Yeah.
Some of Dad's friends are sort of really high up in aerodynamics and things like that. When it was kind of becoming a slightly more commercial thing instead of just sort of aircraft. And so when we were designing things like this, they were super involved, and we were just making the best
So it was partly for fun, and to try and...
Nothing here has ever been done for commercial gain. Dad just loves designing things, and that's sort of a reason why I'm like here to sort of take it to the next stage sort of thing, and like help build the business side of things.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's through here.
Yeah, absolutely.
The magic door.
Obviously R&D is a massive part of what we do. And we do quite a lot of special projects. So these lights are going on the largest private sailing yacht in the world.
It's amazing you're doing so many different things.
I know, so it's a bit mad, but I mean, as I said, Dad just loves designing things, and that's sort of where his passion lies.
Wow, this is the whole engineering. Oh wow, God, you really are... Wow.
I mean, yeah, this gives you a good example of some of the engineering. So this is obviously testing, I think it will do over 100,000 tests in this format, and then it'll change and keep doing that for days. And then we'll change the size and keeps going on and on.
So you make small batches here, then, but when you get up to...
If we're doing hundreds, so for example, with those spar lights, we'll just do it here. If we're getting into the thousands, we'll get the bodywork made elsewhere, Taiwan, and then all the assembly will happen here in-house. Just again,
keep it as
exactly.
as
I mean,
British
quality
as possible.
control. Yeah, exactly.
It's a big thing being British, isn't it?
Absolutely, it's very important to us as a business. This is really high tech.
This is high tech in here, is it? Oh, this is for the
dental medical world.
Can I try this on? I've always laid there with that torture guy.
Seeing what he's seen.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So you've got like a yellow beam.
Yes.
And if you flick it up, that's so that it doesn't cure. When they've got it.
Oh, it doesn't cure when they're putting this stuff
composite in. Yeah.
Oh wow. And then so this is production. Where all the magic happens.
Yeah. So this is warranty and a bit of R&D side of things.
Oh, so if it's broken, it comes back in.
Yeah, so we service lights up to 15 years old, so they'll have enough parts that and people do. I mean, everyone sends them up there. Oh, I did this event, or big trips like yours. They'll be like, oh, I did this. Please, can you just repair it? So you get a 2-year warranty, but lifetime serviceability. So
right, okay. Oh, so if it's 15 years,
we'll still fix it. Yeah. New battery, new LED, and we just charge cost. Yeah. So
wow.
It's not a great business model, but it's very good for our reputation and very good for the environment.
It's good for the environment. It's really important to have that sustainability, so that if something is, because we live in just this throwaway world,
and it's becoming more and more relevant. I mean, we used to test every single light that went out the door, but that would be unreasonable now. So now we just test 10% just to make sure that batch of batteries, etc., is on song.
Oh wow! This is the production line.
So this is putting the buttons actually into the back cap. So
how long have you been here?
Nearly 5 years now.
Nearly 5 years, wow.
Yeah, I came for 3 months and I never left.
You're one of the newbies. The guys downstairs are both over 25 years.
A nice watch as well, by the way.
Yeah, I thought that. So this is our components part of the business, which is the USE side of things, the original. And this is Gordon's building up some carbon seat posts and clamps. And then this is basically stock for the next couple.
So you're basically heading into the motorcycle world now.
I think realistically, the amount of people that came up to us at ABR going, you expose your lights, or USE, because there's a lot of cycling people that are like, wow, you're USE, and then that sort of gets them all excited.
Yeah, I mean, you have a great history, a great story to tell.
Exactly, and I think
the story is so important behind a product, isn't it? Well, that's fantastic. Well, I think
cool.
I think I need to get them on my bike.
Yeah.
Are you going to come along?
I'll come. I don't know if I'll be able to assist much, but I can. I'm good at drinking
I'll just
tea.
Pretend I'll do stuff. I'll get them to do it, and then I'll do it.
Sounds like a plan.
So we're just come back from exposure, and look, I've got my new lights for the Ducati and a bike thing, the guys here. So they're very kindly going to fit them for me. I should probably do it all myself, but because you guys, offered, why not?
Why not?
So what's the plan for this afternoon?
To control the lights, I'm going to fit an easy cam. So that's basically the computer module that plugs into your bike's diagnostics.
Right.
Your bike, we can do daytime setting, nighttime setting. So during the daytime, we can have them at, say, 30% if you wanted.
Yeah.
And then at nighttime, they'll automatically dip as the bike goes into dusk. They'll dip to, say, 10%. So you're not dazzling people at night. But then when you hit high beam, they come on full blast. 100%.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
So what do I need to do? Just make the tea?
Yeah, just do that, look pretty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not difficult.
Oh,
no. I do that anyway. That's my two little girls. Have you seen this here? This was when I was riding through Mongolia. I put this on the screen of the bike so I could see my two little girls. Remind me not to be an idiot on the bike. I've written 3 motorcycles off with the quad lock stands on them, and the quad lock stand mount and the phone have always been fine.
That's good.
I haven't, and the bike hasn't. No. But
your phone's all right. At least you can ring the ambulance.
Yeah, at least I ring the ambulance. Exactly. That's if I was conscious enough to do it. But so anyway, so this one, if you don't have any power up near the front of the bike, you can use this. It works a bit like a trickle charger. You stick that onto the battery. It detects when the bike is running,
Yeah.
and then it turns the power on, or you can just have it on constant, permanent. But it's clever.
Yeah, so I'm going to wire that in. I'm going to chop this cable down and wire that directly into the auxiliary power up there.
Beauty.
So
Perfect.
We'll do that when I get up to there.
There we go. Carry on.
What cable tie should we use with Charlie's? I think these ones will do. I'm going to have to get myself one of these cable tie holders. So Seeley, if you're listening, I want one of these.
Oh, how are you doing
Oh,
now?
I can't tell you that.
Oh.
Trade secret.
Is that when you treble
Yeah, you
click
just,
the
flasher.
You treble click the flasher,
Yeah, 1,
right?
2, 3. And everyone gets out of your way. And then high beam, bosh, 100%. But they're so.
And that's down to low beam. Then
They're literally.
That's still low beam.
That's literally as low as I can get them is 10%.
Okay, and then high beam. Wow. Look at this. This is beautiful, isn't it? They're really neat and really good looking. I have to say they fit beautifully, and they're so strong.
So you've got your 4 circuits on this because you can run 4 individual items if you wanted. We're just going to use the red and the blue. We're
Okay.
going to do the left light one.
Oh, I see. So
right
you
light
can
one.
use the horn if you want,
Horn,
and then that would
brake
be
brake if you want it.
it.
But we're not going to use those, so I'm just going to literally disable them. Now it just leaves us the red circuit, the blue circuit indicated there. So the minute when I turn the ignition on, the lights come on. But before we finish the programming, I'll turn this on so they only come on when the engine runs. Yeah.
Okay, so only when the engine's running.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you look at the lights now, they're on at 10%.
Yeah.
And I've selected cancel when turn signal active. So when we hit the indicator, they cancel.
God, look at that indicator.
Yeah, that's it. Then turn it back on, they fade back up. Same on that side.
Oh, look at that.
When we hit hazards, they do that, which is quite cool if you filter.
That is very cool. So, look, I just thought while they're doing, finishing up the little bits and pieces, they're connecting all the connectors and the cables and stuff like that. They brought a couple of their bikes down with different ones you can buy as well. They've got these ones here, which are quite cool as well. That's a nice look. And this is quite a nice bike as well. So you know my R75-5, well, that was really the beginning of all of these. And they've become really popular. And that's why the R75, the R80, the R90, the R100, all of them, and especially those older ones, because they're kind of analog, they're easy to chop. But I think it's always really nice, really important to have these extra lights, because then cars see you more. So they see one light, they think sort of bicycle, and then it's going slowly. If they see 2, 3 lights, they think car, and then they'll know that is coming at a pace, and they'll see you. I think psychologically somewhere, they're just used to seeing 2 lights, not 1. So for safety, I think it's really good on a motorbike. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
That is just fantastic. I suppose the thing to do now is to look at the end product. It's going to be noisy, but it's going to be great. Here we go. Oh, yeah. So I'm sure you can hear me, but look how pretty and really neat it all looks. And it's super, super bright. Do you want to put the headlights on? Look at that. That is amazing, isn't it? Makes you much safer. So there it is. And it's a relatively easy install. You could actually do it yourself, really. But I'm very grateful for the guys to help me. So thank you. Thank you, guys.